Hello, happy Saturday. I hope you guys are well. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel led to do so. If you have not subscribed and you're subscribing for the first time, consider hitting the bell so that you'll be notified in case we go live in the future, okay? So today I'm here in the capacity of doing the other half of the all signs reading for July. My apologies. I know I was supposed to come back the next day to do it, but it wasn't really in my energy. It wasn't time. I'm learning to really prioritize my self-health, my emotional health, my energetic health. And so I have to come in the capacity that I am able. And so I'm ready. I'm able to do it now. And so we're going to do the other, I think I did water and fire was what I did. And I think we're going to do air and earth. Let me just make sure. I did water and fire. Yeah, water and fire. And so we're going to do air and earth today. I hope you guys are well. We're going to just take a look at the energies coming through for the end of July. We're like midway. And so we're going to take a look at what's happening for you throughout the end of July as we head into August, right? Some major shifts happening right now all the way through August. Definitely energetic movement with these different astrological events that are happening, retrogrades. We have Lionsgate coming up in August, the 8/8. So lots of beautiful things that are happening that we can prepare for. And so we're going to jump in. I think I will start with the earth signs. Let's start with earth signs. And so, hi, Capricorn. We'll start with Capricorn first and see what's coming out in July for Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to know? What information would be beneficial for Capricorn? And so let's get started. Let me cleanse my space here. I hope you guys are well, Capricorn. Like, share, comment. Subscribe if you have not. Let me know if the reading resonates. Just let you know you don't have to make it fit. Either it resonates or it doesn't. No need in trying to make it fit. There'll be other Capricorns coming, other Capricorn readings coming in the future. And so if it doesn't, just leave it, right? Maybe it's for someone else. And so we're going to take a look here for Capricorn, the first of our earth signs. For the end of July, Spirit, please and thank you. Capricorn, take a moment for me and just close your eyes real quick and take a deep breath. Just follow the breath. Let's take one more. We're going to release anything that doesn't serve us right now in this moment and be open to receive what does. Thank you. Spirit, what does Capricorn need to know right now? For the end of July, what can Capricorn look forward to? For the sign of Capricorn, Sun, rising, Venus. You could have Capricorn anywhere in your chart. Heavily. Let's see, for Capricorn, the end of July, what does Capricorn have to look forward to? Capricorn, for the end of July. So I feel like for some of you, you'll be learning new things at the, during the end of July. Maybe you're taking some courses. Maybe you are just have an opportunity to learn from someone, particularly some new skill, or maybe you're observing something and you're choosing to use that as an opportunity to learn something towards the end of July. I feel like for some of you, there's also an energy that may come in, or energies to stir up the past at the end of July. Some of you may be dealing with ghosts of the past. I say ghosts, I don't mean literal ghosts, but I mean, maybe it could be, right? It could be a loved one that is resurging in your mind for some reason. Maybe you get a smell or a feeling. Maybe there's something that reminds you of someone. This could be someone where you have unresolved issues with at the end of July. This may come up and give you an opportunity to resolve those issues. Okay, I'm seeing that coming up here. Also, for some of you, there could be something that you may need to be aware of. The energies right now are just really high. I'm gonna just say it, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. There's a lot of temptation to jump on bandwagons, with the rage that's happening in the world today. It could be around injustice. It could be around politics, right? It could be around situations or subjects that you feel very adamant and very passionate about. Be careful that you don't take on someone else's battle that's not yours, or that you don't allow someone else's rage to become your rage. It's easy to do that. And so we really have to be careful what we're supporting or what we're giving our energy to. I'll say that because there's something here about baiting, rage baiting, like being pulled into other people's struggles or fights, battles. Not every battle is yours, Capricorn. And so at the end of this month, be careful what you're giving your energy to, or whose bandwagon you're tempted to jump on, because it may not be your battle. I also see, this could be around situations where you will need to come together with others to fight off the enemy, right? There could be situations that happen at the end of this month where there is kind of like this energy of someone coming in trying to usurp the authority or take up space where they don't have authority. And you may need to come together as a group with those who support this movement and push that energy out, right? So this could be an energy that's blatant, that's trying to come in and just kind of take over territory or take over workspace, or there's something about needing to push an energy out. And you may not be able to do it alone. So you may have support coming in to support this energy. This energy is different. I'm feeling there's something different about this energy. And the intention, it may be around the intention of this energy coming in, because I do have an energy out here too, where there's something about being caught off guard or being caught out in the open, unexpectedly, off guard. I don't know if someone may be trying to expose something and they're trying to wait for the opportune time when you're not expecting it, when you're vulnerable, when you're open. And so there's something about just being observant, being very aware at the end of this month. I don't know if some of you have this power struggle that's happening here in your life. I don't know. There's something about sticking to routine and not diverting from that, right? There may be someone watching you, waiting to see if you're going to do the right thing, or if you're going to try to take shortcuts, or if you're going to try to do something that is outside of, what's supposed to be done. But there's something about sticking to routine at the end of this month that's going to be very important. That one time that you may decide to kind of do something a little different, that may be the time that someone tries to turn that into something bigger or try to use that against you. And so at the end of this month, try to stick to routine, try to stick to whatever it is that has been working, right? And then there's something about releasing this month as well. For some of you, this may have something to do with that energy of the ghost, things like coming back up. This may be a time where you will have an opportunity to release some things. I see that energy coming out strong here. This could be something from the past. This could be something that you're releasing in the present so that you can move forward. But I feel a strong energy of release coming through here. And so I have observation, ghost, displacement, teamwork, expose, which came in upside down. So whoever is trying to expose you will not be successful. It came in reverse. They're going to try. But if you are able to just be really aware, Capricorn, and stick to the strip, whatever has been outlined for you to do, routine, that's what's going to help you not be caught off guard. I feel like that's very relevant for you, Capricorn. And then there's something also that's being released this month as well, okay? The numbers that may be significant for you is 34, 20 could be significant, the number 13, the number 48, the number 17, the number 42, and then the number 39 could be significant, okay? All right, let's see here. So we're going to keep on going. I'm going to pull out another spread here. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you have not and you're watching this for the first time. Maybe you're not watching it for the first time, but you just haven't subscribed. If you're feeling led and resonating with the energy, Please hit the like, share, comment, subscribe button. Hit the bell if you're just subscribing. Understand too, if you are watching this, I could be very well tapping into your energy by you sitting here watching this, okay? And so let's see what else comes out for Capricorn at the end of July. What else for Capricorn? All right, so we have the Five of Cups, the King of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. Lots of awareness, lots of thinking at the end of this month. I feel like you could be thinking about a lot this month, trying to strategize, work things out, problem solving, trying to set your course forward, just working out a lot of things, trying to smooth out your path as you move forward. It feels like you are in this deliberating phase. You could be in a phase of realizing what is coming in the future and trying to really rest and prepare yourself right now. For some of you, you could be preparing to move forward, move away from something, and it could have been very difficult to do this. But I almost feel like that's what the strategy is about you figuring out the best way to move forward this month. But you figure it out. I have the King of Swords here and the Knight of Swords. You're going to move forward. It's just a matter of how you do it. And right now you are allowing yourself to build up the energy to actually take action. And so the end of July it could feel like it's slow, but it's not. It's preparing to move and just wanting to make sure that you are fully committed first and moving in the right direction, in the right speed, in the right way, right? With the right energy, and just sure that it's going to be the right thing to do. Okay. So what is this Five of Cups? It almost feels like you're leaving something behind. This could be someone. This could be a counterpart that you have decided to walk away from. I have the Queen of Swords here. The King of Swords is here. There's something about walking away from something. Either you're moving away from a Queen of Swords, or you could be moving away from something to move towards a Queen of Swords. It almost feels like wanting to move into a new space, create something new, really wanting to get over whatever this was that caused sorrow or disappointment or hardship or heaviness. Whoever this is heavy on your heart, and it could be difficult to move away. Where are you moving to? What is the Knight of Swords? Where are we moving to? Where is this movement leading, Capricorn? Somebody could be going through like a major separation. It could be a divorce. Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. Whatever it is, it's moving towards investing, maybe in yourself, planting seeds for the future. Maybe moving towards positioning yourself where you're able to be open to more opportunities coming towards you. There may be something restrictive that you feel is restrictive where you are right now. Let me see. Give me 1 second. I have to turn my cooler. Okay, sure. Yeah, you're moving forward towards being able to invest in yourself, in something. Let's see. So the Four of Swords is clarified by the Lovers and the High Priestess. And I feel like for whoever you are, you could be taking a break and holding back from connections, a specific connection, a relationship. There's something about you feeling like this is time to maybe pour into yourself instead of pouring into the relationship. This could be a time of you pouring into you, becoming whole within yourself instead of pouring that energy out towards others. That's part of this clarity that's coming in at the end of June. I feel like you'll be pulling, if there is conflict, you'll be excusing yourself. You'll be bowing out gracefully. You feel like that's going to be the best method. You're not going to entertain it. It almost is a waste of energy. Your focus is on future endeavors, not on the past. And so there's some major separation, I feel like, but at the same time, you're moving towards the future too. And I have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I have Gemini, and I have Libra, and I also have Taurus. All right. All right. Anything else for Capricorn? Anything else for Capricorn? All right. And so lastly, we have long way, his thoughts, court, and theft. I feel like, again, it's almost like repeating the fact that there is like some release that's happening. There could be someone heavily in thought about you right now, his thoughts, right? Or you could be the one if you are heavily thinking about someone else and you are a masculine. There's something about you heavily thinking about a situation, a person, a subject. Spirit is wanting you to know that this is just one moment in time. Like, this is not forever. Whatever you're going through, there could be some kind of battle with court here, some type of deliberation that's happening. If you are, I did get a little bit of energy about divorce. If you're going through divorce, Spirit wants you to be encouraged. There are things that are turning in your favor in that situation. And I have theft here too. There could be someone that's trying, and I'm hearing to leave you stranded or without, trying to take something. This could be around this dispute. I don't know. This is just the energy coming out. This is also an energy to be aware of who's around you, and to guard what you have diligently. Okay. That's the encouragement. This is just one moment in time. Whatever this is, this too shall pass. Okay. So at the end of July could be a very heavy month. I do feel like you're moving forward into new experiences, or you're trying to resolve any unresolved issues of the past that may be coming up. We are in retrograde. That could be part of this energy coming back around. The good thing is that sometimes it comes back for you to resolve it once and for all, to put it to bed. And so that you can move forward. So whoever resonates with this reading, this is for you. Okay. Thank you for stopping by, Capricorn. I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy the rest of July as we move into August. Okay. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe if you have not. Let me know if it resonates. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. Okay. Till next time. Bye. Hello, Virgo. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. Today, we're going to take a look at the energies coming through for the end of July. Okay. We are in retrograde. And so let's see what comes up for you. Virgo, welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. If you would be so kind to like, share, comment, let me know if the video resonates. If it doesn't, that's fine too. Maybe next time it will. Don't try to make it fit. If this is your first time viewing, or you just haven't had an opportunity and you want to subscribe, you can. I invite you to do so. Hit the bell. If you find yourself subscribing for the first time, I would be appreciative if you would do that. So let's see. For Virgo, the end of July, the energy's coming out for Virgo at the end of July, Spirit. Virgo. All right, Virgo. First of all, I'm seeing triggered. The end of July may have things that come in to try to trigger you. I don't know if somebody is pushing your buttons or testing your gangsta. And this may be somebody that's doing it on purpose. I have memory and exposed out here. That means somebody could be watching, waiting for the opportunity to catch you slipping, to catch you out in the open by yourself, unsuspecting and vulnerable. And so be careful at the end of July. This is a time to be aware of your triggers and not to allow yourself to overreact, not to allow yourself to be caught off guard, or not to allow yourself to be drawn into traps, right? I feel like there's something that sets something off, possibly. And someone could be doing it on purpose. They may not, but this exposed card says that somebody is waiting and hiding to catch you slipping. This is also at the end of July. We have curiosity out here, freedom, soar, and survival. There's something about you being a little bit looking into something new. I feel like for some of you, you could be inquiring with new opportunities or inquiring in new areas, trying to see if it's actually for you, if there's something there for you. So you might find yourself delving into other opportunities, looking for more liberty, more freedom in life right now. There's something about you wanting to have more space, more freedom to move. And there's something drawing in your attention that's going to cause you to look into it at the end of July. I see that energy here. Whatever it is that you are already doing, I feel like you've reached a place where you have really landed a good energy with where you are. You may, in fact, be bored where you are because it feels like you're at a place where you don't have to do much. You have mastered it, and it becomes a situation of ease where you don't have to do a lot to pull in, but you may be bored. And so you may be looking for more, or where you are maybe forcing you to look for more because of conflict, or maybe there's something that is ending. I don't know. But there's something here about learning from this experience. There's something here about paying attention to the experience that's happening right now, especially if you find yourself caught and you feel like you're caught between a rock and a hard space. There's something that Spirit wants you to really pay attention to during this process. There's something that you may be supposed to be learning through this, not necessarily just tackling it and trying to get through it as quickly as possible, but there's something that you are learning in this process. This could be about you. This could be something that you're learning about somebody else, but there's something that you're learning here in this process, not allowing yourself to go into survival mode, fight or flight, but this is learning how to navigate the difficulty of this situation strategically and not being chased through it or rush through it, but actually taking your time and analyzing as you're going through this. At the end of July feels like a very interesting couple of weeks. And this is all about you paying attention to yourself, your triggers, how you're reacting, how other people are interacting with you. Because like I said, it could be people that's trying to catch you slipping. And so this is all about you being aware and paying attention to what's going on around you is really important. Also, it's about you allowing yourself to be a little bit curious. I feel like you are wanting to pull opportunities towards you that's going to give you a little bit more autonomy in your life. So you're going to be kind of delving in, peeking into things, because where you are right now, you're pretty much doing that really easily. You're operating it like the back of your hand. So this is almost like taking the opportunity to grow or to accept new opportunities. Okay. And so that's what I'm seeing with the Oracle. Let's take a look at some tarot. What else does Virgo need to know about the end of July? Coming out with major arcana, major lessons around love. This could be self-love. It could be external love, you connecting outside of yourself. Major lessons around transformation. Things are changing, whether you want them to or not. And so there's major lessons coming in around change at the end of July. Ten of Pentacles coming out as well. And so this could be, and then we have the World, another major arcana. And so definitely I'm feeling change really heavily, the energy around love. And then this Ten of Pentacles gives me Somebody may, in fact, be worried or tapped in or concerned or working towards building. I do feel the energy of wanting more freedom. So this could be like building a business for someone. You'll be focused on your business, building a legacy, building a strong foundation that leads to wealth. Okay. And there's definitely something ending too. There's an ending coming, or maybe the knowledge of this ending with the world here. You are definitely heading to the next part of your journey. One part is ending or is about to end, and you're about to cross over into the next part. And so let's go ahead and clarify some of these cards. Why is the Lovers here at the end of the month for Virgo? Hearing Gemini. This is a Gemini energy. You could be connected with a Gemini. And the Queen of Pentacles and the Devil. And so there could be some challenges in love, stability around love. It could have something to do with, I don't know, I want to say codependency, maybe lessons around, being able to be balanced on your own without having to depend on anyone else or no one having to depend on you. It could go both ways, okay? But there's something about codependency, imbalance here. When it comes to love, there's some challenges in love. And if this is you, really learning how to stand and, in this very whole balanced aspect of yourself, this is you learning to just be able to be detached, not completely detached, but detached enough for you to be able to stand on your own and depend on yourself and be balanced within, not having to have someone there for you to be validated or successful or feel whole in yourself. There's like these extremes that are happening within you at the end of July. One is a very healthy sense of love, and the other one is the very opposite. It's very, I don't like to use titles, but it's very extreme. It's the opposite. If you think of the most positive form of love, now think of the most negative form of it, right? It may come through as like controlling, manipulative, codependent, right? And so there's like this extreme that's happening here at the end of July. This may be a time to really tune into yourself and see like what kind of things are triggering you and to tackle those things. The Queen of Pentacles could represent someone that you're dealing with. That's an earth sign. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. You could be dealing with another Capricorn or a Virgo or a Taurus, another Virgo, or a Capricorn or a Taurus. Doesn't have to. This person could be someone who is very stable, who brings in a very good energy for you. Nevertheless, you have to be able to establish that on your own. You could be this person for someone else. You have to be able to allow them to establish that stability on their own. And so there's something about balance. There's something about good boundaries, stability when it comes to connections or relationships at the end of July. That may be a theme. Okay. What's changing for Virgo? Okay. So I see the Queen of Swords, the Five of Cups, and the Page of Cups. So for some of you, you are being very what is the word? At the end of this month, I feel like you're stepping into a sense of power for yourself. You're being assertive at the end of this month. I don't know if you've always been that way, but that's coming out really strong. The Queen of Swords. And this could be about what you feel like you need to let go. I don't know if it's a connection or a relationship or a certain energy around that. There's something new that you're being challenged to embark upon or create for yourself. And it will require for you to let something go. This could be a way of relating. This could be a habit. This could be a person. But I see you in very assertive energy. You feel like you are ready for this change. You may be the one demanding this change, Virgo. Why is the color or the light? It's weird. So the end of July is bringing in some change. Okay. Change. Why is the Ten of Pentacles here for Virgo? The end of July, the Ten of Pentacles. You're taking things into your own hands. The Emperor comes out and the Four of Swords. And so with this Ten of Pentacles, the Emperor followed by the Four of Swords, it's almost like you're taking control by releasing something. You're taking control of a situation by releasing it. And this has to do with, it could have something to do with money or a business, a job. I almost feel a little bit of energy with love here too. There's something intermingling money and love, and you're taking control by releasing control. It's almost like the energy of saying, if you need something done, you have to do it yourself, right? Or not allowing someone else's lack of competency to affect your success. And so you're releasing something, but at the same time, you're taking responsibility for yourself when it comes to whatever this is. It could be a business, it could be a job, it could be money, it could be something you're building for yourself. I do get legacy energy here. So you're making some big moves, at the end of July, some big decisions possibly too. And then the world is clarified by the Nine of Swords in reverse and the Seven of Pentacles upright. So whatever was worrying you at one point, you are accepting it and you're like, what is going to happen is going to happen. Whatever, whoever goes, goes, whoever stays, stays. I'm not going to worry about it no more. Okay, you're releasing something. That's beautiful. I love that. And pouring that energy, that effort, that time, that emotional energy into something that will bring back. It's almost like you're moving in a different way. You're releasing the burden and you're pouring that into something that actually is going to give back, okay, with the Seven of Pentacles. Almost like reframing your thought. I'm going to go ahead and pull a last spread with my Rainbow Kipper. What else does Virgo need to know here? Yeah, change comes out, a change in direction for you. And whatever this change is it's almost like the change that you make is actually going to immediately change your situation for the better. And it's almost like you make a decision and you go to sleep and you wake up in a whole new energy because of the decision that you made. And the energy that you wake up in is an energy of luck and fortune. Okay. So whatever the situation that you found maybe wasn't working, once you release it and change your mind, everything else around that decision, everything else around that situation changes because of the decision that has been made, okay? For some of you, you could have something happening with the courts. You could have like some type of court case or deliberation that's happening right now. I feel like that is working in your favor. If it has not, it is turning in your favor. There's something that is working out or turning. It's going to turn out, or whatever it is actually turning around. If it has not been fortunate with this case, it's turning around. There may be people that are working in the background on your behalf, trying to help things to turn out good in your favor. People that you're not aware of, people that you don't see. And for some of you, I don't know if you're having a child, you could be having a child, find out that you are pregnant or just conceived, or this child could represent a business, something to do with a business that's going to actually be very fruitful and beneficial. You know how sometimes we call our business our babies, right? There's something about that energy coming through. This card coming out means that it's going to turn out very well. It's going to turn out well. This could be someone creating a new idea, a new business venture that's being born here. So July brings a lot of beautiful energy for you. It also brings caution, Virgo, to mind your triggers, because there's somebody that's watching, waiting for you to slip. Okay, that's my message. Thank you so much, Virgo, for stopping by. This goes well as long as you're self-aware. Okay, the end of July goes very nicely in your favor. Okay, I do see some major decisions that you need to make. That's going to be, that's going to have a huge impact as you move forward. And so choose wisely. That's what I have for you, Virgo. Thank you for stopping by. Make sure you like, share, comment, Virgo. If it resonated, feel free to comment. And if you are just now, tapping in, you haven't had a chance to subscribe, please do so. Hit the bell if you find yourself subscribing. Okay. Thank you, Virgo. I appreciate you. All right. See you next time. Bye. Welcome, Taurus. Hi. Happy Saturday. Taurus, welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe if you have not. If you are just subscribing, consider hitting the bell so you'll be notified in case we go live in the future or post new content like this. Taurus, we're going to take a look at the energies coming towards you or that you'll be experiencing at the end of July. Okay. Thank you for stopping by. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel led. If it does not resonate, don't feel pressured to, do any of those things. You can if you want to. If it doesn't resonate, don't feel bad. It's okay. There'll be more readings in the future, Taurus. But if it does, please, show appreciation by hitting the like button or commenting. Let me know how it resonates. It always interests me when someone comments and says, oh yeah, this is happening. It's like a confirmation for me. And so if it does, feel free, right? No judgment. We're respectful in the comments. And so let's get started, Taurus. What is happening for Taurus at the end of July? Spirit, thank you. For Taurus at the end of July. Oh, that's a lot. For Taurus at the end of July. I hope you guys are well today, Taurus. All right. So I have commitment, resistance, displacement, sacred space, release, and routine. Okay. So first of all, there is, I feel like Spirit is asking you to commit to a deeper level, Taurus, of, and I want to say putting yourself first. And that could mean finding space to give back to yourself, to go to a quiet place where you can acknowledge your process or your needs, or just refilling yourself. For some, that could be meditation. Taurus, for some, that could be a prayer time. For some, Taurus, that could be going out into nature and just doing nothing, turning your phone off and connecting with yourself. However that comes across for you, Spirit is asking you to commit. Not only to commit to that, but create a sacred space. Claim a space for yourself as you commit to that. And I feel like Spirit wants you to not only create the sacred space, but like make it yours. Claim that space. Serenade that space with love and with peace, with purpose, with intention. So there's something about Spirit is about to cultivate. In this sacred space picture, there's 4 eggs in the basket here. And in the commitment picture, there is no eggs. And so there's something that Spirit wants to birth through this sacred space. There's something Spirit wants to birth here. 8 could be significant, 43 could be significant, but it has to be cultivated through this beauty, through this sacred space. And so if you already have a sacred space, this could be maybe adding something to it or kicking it up a notch. I don't know how you could do that. Maybe ask your spirit team, like how you could do that. But I do feel that's coming through very strongly for you. This could even be for you and your significant other, or if you are partnered with someone in some kind of way, this could be for both of you, or it could just be for you. If you are waiting for a mate to come in, this is something that's important as you develop that or welcome that or invite that in, that relationship that you're looking for. This could be important. You developing a sacred space for yourself is important. There's also, I do feel like there's going to be a strong wind of resistance that comes up at the end of July that may make things a little difficult, but it's not going to stop you. It's just, it's kind of like resistance training. It's just going to make you stronger, whatever it is. It's not going to stop you. It's just going to make you stronger or build up your tolerance, your ability to overcome. I feel that energy coming in. So don't be surprised if things get like a little bit like, rough. It's coming to build you up, to even show you how strong you have become, Taurus. That may come in the form of rage baiting. This came out for Capricorn as well. I don't know if you are connected with a Capricorn. This placement comes out, and this feels like it's all about rage baiting. And we are in a season where there's a lot of that going on. So be careful that you are not drug into battles that are not yours. Be careful that you are not triggered into battles that are not yours. This feels like an energy that will try to purposefully spread this energy of rage and get other people in that energy so that they can tear some stuff up. It's almost like a baiting. So be careful of that. That may be part of this resistance that you'll have to endeavor at the end of July. You may want to say something. You may want to, spit back. You may want to show your indignance, but there's something about resisting it and going above and beyond, right? There's something that you gain from doing that here. I also see the need to stick to whatever it is that has been working for you. This is not a time at the end of July to take huge risks. Like, make sure that you stick to the strip for the end of July. I'm seeing that coming here with routine. That's what's going to work for you through the next couple of weeks. Sticking to the strip, whatever has been working, keep doing that. Okay. This also may be a time where you are invited to maybe release some things, let some things go with release here. There's something very sacred that's being let go or released. And it almost feels like so that you can rise. It doesn't have to be a person. It could be an idea. It could be a trigger, something that has triggered you up until now. There's something about releasing it, healing it, letting it go. Yes, it's important, but it's not more important than you rising to the next level, right? And so there's something about needing to release something. It could be around your triggers. It could be around something that comes up with other people. I don't know how that's going to come through. Please let me know if that is something that you're dealing with right now. But there's something about releasing something. And it almost feels like doing, principle being more important than being right or getting the last word or getting your lick back, right? There's something about principle that will elevate you in this situation. Okay. Whatever this resistance, this trigger, this temptation, right? That's what it feels like to me. And so just be self-aware and make good decisions. This may also be something connected to needing this sacred space, committing to yourself, because that is what is going to build you up spiritually, emotionally, to be able to handle difficult situations and not be caught off guard with your triggers. Okay. And so let's also get some tarot. What else does Taurus need to know for the end of July? For the end of July for Taurus. Okay, so I have the Lovers coming out, the Nine of Wands, the Page of Wands, and the Strength card. So this could have something to do, you could be dealing with a connection. You could be dealing with your inner connection with yourself, balancing. You could also be dealing with some major high-level decisions at the end of July. Very important decisions. Yeah. We have the Two of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the Justice coming out here. So whatever it is, it's going to be something that you will possibly be needing to make a choice here, a high-level choice. This is something that may have been difficult, right? You may be willing to hold on instead of making a choice. It's like, well, I want both of them, or I don't want to make a choice. I want to be able to work this job and this job, or, there's something about having to make a choice, because if not, then you'll end up possibly spread too thin, overwhelmed, doing too much, scattered. There's some choice coming in at the end of July. You may find yourself just needing to choose the best option. because whatever that is, it's going to help you to stay balanced. I feel like balance is something that is, and we're talking about emotional balance with the King of Cups, you being able to maintain your sense of emotional integrity moving forward here, and something playing out in your favor as well with you doing this. It's almost like you won't be losing anything because whatever that is, it's going to play out in your favor with justice here. And so there may be the illusion of like having to choose between two difficult things, having a dilemma. Maybe you feel like if you choose one, you'll be rejecting yourself. Not really. You'll actually be choosing yourself because it's going to leave you emotionally empowered, and it's going to make sure that things work out in your favor with justice here. And so for the decision, if you are someone that is making a difficult decision this month, just ask for guidance on that. And when you're making the decision, make sure it's the one that aligns with where you see yourself in the future, Taurus. Now, if this is love, okay, you could find yourself choosing or juggling in relationships, Taurus, at the end of this month. Maybe not wanting to make a decision with these relationships. Maybe you are in player energy, or maybe you're just not wanting to decide. But there's something about being spread too thin. There's only one of you. Remember that. Sometimes a relationship requires all of you. Sometimes it requires more than all of you. You don't really have, the resource within yourself to give to yourself and then to give all to someone else, let alone more than one. So this is you being spread really, really thin, which will, in fact, compromise your emotional integrity. Okay. Also, which may play in the energy of karma too, needing to balance some things. I see some things needing to be balanced here. And so you may find yourself making decisions around love, around relationships, really trying to decide what is going to be right for you. Okay, this may be something that you're faced with. And in doing that, you are automatically dealing with that energy within yourself, balancing your own energies, right? That's something that is very important. I also see some healing coming in here. Why is the Nine of Wands here for Taurus? Six of Cups, something from the past, and the Four of Cups. The Nine of Wands clarified by the Six of Cups and the Four of Cups. And so there's something from the past. I feel like maybe you've been waiting on someone to come back and make something right, to maybe to apologize. Maybe you're waiting for the opportunity to make something right. There's something about the past coming back around, reminiscing about the past, but at the same time withholding something because of the past, maybe wanting something better for some of you. You're wanting something better, something that you haven't had before. There's some healing happening, I feel like, around connections for you at the end of July with all these cups. This is about you not waiting, though. The Nine of Wands can sometimes be like the wounded warrior, waiting on someone to come in and make it right. Well, even if they don't come, you can still move forward. You can still move forward and expect more, even though you didn't have resolve from the past or you didn't get closure, right? You can still move forward, appreciate what was good, discard what was bad, and expect more as you move forward, Taurus. I almost feel like someone's waiting for someone. Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is clarified by the Hierophant, followed by the Five of Cups. And it almost feels like you deserve better. With the Five of Cups here following the Hierophant, this is almost like your value, your beliefs, everything in you wanting to bring you up to a higher expectation. Because of that, you find yourself no longer accepting what was. You're moving forward as hard as it is. Like you could be someone who knows you're deserving of marriage, but current situations or past situations just weren't aligned, and it wasn't. And so there's something about no longer settling for that because you are worth more. Maybe there's someone that's coming into your life that sees you as marriage material. but that will cause you to have to walk away from temporary situations. There's some situation where you will have to walk away because of the value that you're being perceived in, the value that you perceive yourself in. The Page of Wands is creating a whole new scenario. It's walking into a space where whatever you desire can be, if you're willing to do the work to bring it to pass. That could be inner work. That could be doing work with your relationships. And it's high level energy, the Hierophant. Now, if it's not about relationships, I said relationships because the Five of Cups came out, but this could just be something that you love, that you're passionate about, that aligns with your highest sense of what you value in life, creating the ideal situation that aligns with you spiritually, energetically, emotionally, and so there's something about allowing yourself to accept and expect more, no longer accepting the bare minimum or no longer accepting just what works. No, we're going to work for what we want, not just the bare minimum, right? And it may cause you to have to release some things, okay? There's a sacrifice necessary for this alignment. You come to some realization at the end of July. Right now, you may in fact be realizing that you want more. And you're willing to walk away from whatever is holding you back to get it. Why is the Strength here? So we have the Ace of Cups and the Eight of Cups. That's what we've been talking about. The Ace of Cups is some new experience coming in that's going to give a lot of fulfillment, new opportunity. This is like a gift from Spirit, a new beginning here. And the Eight of Cups says that you have completely exhausted every possible, resource where you are. There's nothing left. You have to move forward. It's time to grow. It's time to excel. It's time to climb to higher heights, right? This new beginning that you're being offered is going to help you to move forward, to achieve something more. And this is not through ego. With the Strength card, we're not talking about major feats of defeat. And, sometimes we get that misconstrued, especially with the Lion being the major theme for the Strength. But this is more like an inner strength, a quiet strength, a resilience. Yes, the lion is the most powerful animal in the kingdom of the jungle, but it's a known fact. The lion doesn't always have to come out and roar at everything that it sees, because there's just this inner knowing of who it is and what it's come to do. The lion rules. We know that. And so this is not about ego and doing it in an egoic way. This is you just arising, expecting more of yourself, allowing yourself to rise to the occasion and doing what you have to do. It doesn't have to be all egoic and, with this extreme power, right? Just knowing what you're worthy of and what you're capable of and just doing it. Okay. And so I'm going to get one more spread. This is for the end of July for Taurus. What else does Taurus need to know? Any encouragement for Taurus for July? So I feel like you're going to be very much in your power. And that may very well be why you experience this bit of resistance at the end. It's like when we decide to stand in our power and understand who we are, that's when people and situations arise to challenge us. That's how you know you're standing in your power. When things and people start popping up to challenge you. It's like, well, who do you think you are? Well, I am what I am, If you don't believe me, just watch, right? And so with my Kipper deck, I have Good Gent. I have Work. I have Sad News. And I have Letter. So I almost feel like there could be for someone, maybe someone's going to receive like a letter of resignation or a letter of being let go is what I'm hearing from work. Being let go from work for someone. If that is the case, I'm so sorry. But understand that with one closed door, there's another one that opens. This could also be, having to give someone else the bad news that you're letting them go in some kind of way. But it's this might be something that you feel like you need to do. It was the right thing to do, because good gent is coming out. It's almost like the energy of moving, someone who moves out of integrity. This is someone with good intentions, even though what they have to do doesn't feel good. You may be the one that's having to bring the bad news. I don't know what this is pertaining. It could be about a job. Maybe you're someone's supervisor. It could be about someone that you work with that you're seeing. I don't know. It could be about a relationship. There's some form of delivery of a message that's going to possibly, devastate someone. I feel like you could be the person delivering that message. You could also be the one receiving it. Let's get some clarity on this. I haven't clarified the Kipper, but I feel like it needs clarification here. So let's do that for Taurus. If you're liking this message, go ahead and subscribe, like, share, comment. Let me know how it resonates. If it doesn't, don't have to make it fit. Don't feel like you have to make it fit. Let's see here. For Taurus, what is the sad news? What is the sad news for Taurus? Uh-oh. Whatever it is, it's going to be a blow. I have the 10 of Swords here. What is the sad news for Taurus? So the Ace of Wands, the Judgment, following the 10 of Swords. So whatever it is, it's initially going to be a blow. It may be something that attempts to knock you off of your feet, knock you off of your balance. The 10 of Swords is like a major blow. That's one of the most unwanted cards in the deck. It could talk about betrayal. It could talk about being at your lowest and people kicking you while you're down. It could talk about you being betrayed by those closest to you. But following it, though, is the Ace of Wands. So whatever this is, this bad news actually leads you to a new beginning and an awakening. The Ace of Wands and the Judgment. This is going to, and all three of these cards represent awakening. So whatever this bad news is, it's going to usher you into a whole new existence. If this is you receiving this bad news, if it's for someone else, this may represent an awakening for them. Okay, it's going to wake them up. It's going to prick them in a way that's going to bring them into a whole new reality for whoever this bad news is. What is letter here? And this may come through a message. Who is good gent? We're going to clarify good gent. 3 of Cups. Who is good gent? 3 of Cups and the 4 of Cups. So this could be someone who is close to you. This good gent represents either you are close to this person within their very intimate, close dynamic group setting. It's a very close dynamic group setting that this person, if this person is you or this is someone that you know, this is somebody that's very close to you. It may be someone who has recently been a bit withdrawn. Maybe you have been a bit withdrawn from the group lately. Desiring something different or just, pouring into yourself right now. What is work here for my viewer? What is work? 2 of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. Something very dynamic that you're very good at, top of the line. Maybe more than one thing. Maybe you've been juggling jobs or positions, doing several things. Maybe you're doing your own business and work. This feels like something very dynamic, more than one thing as well. And so who's receiving the bad news? Is it my viewer or will they be delivering the bad news? The Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords. So you could be the Knight of Wands followed by the Knight of Swords. That leads me to believe that you're the one giving the bad news. And it feels like you're not enjoying this. You've been in your head about it with the Knight of Swords, about delivering this bad news. I'm sorry. But you got to do what you got to do. Just understand that on the other side of you delivering this bad news or making this decision is going to wake this person up. And this is something that needed to happen. Ten of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and the Judgment. It may not feel good, but on the other side of this, they're probably going to be thankful that it happened. Okay. So that's for you, Taurus. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's always a pleasure to read for you. Like, share, comment. Let me know if it resonated, how it resonated, and I will see you all next time. Okay. Thank you. Bye. Blood Moon Oracle here. Next, we have Gemini. Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. We are taking a look at the energies that are coming forward for you at the end of July and see what's happening for you. If you would be so kind, Gemini, to like, share, comment, I would be so appreciative of it. If you're yet to subscribe, please consider subscribing, okay? It does help the channel to grow. If you find yourself subscribing for the first time, you can hit the bell if you want to be notified when I post new content or go live, which I do sometimes. And so let's take a look, Gemini, for the end of July. For Gemini spirit. If it resonates, feel free to comment. Let me know how it does. If it doesn't, don't try to make it fit. Gemini, listen. If it resonates, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Maybe the next time it will, okay? Don't try to make it fit. I'm reading for the general sign of Gemini. So for Gemini, the end of July for Gemini. All right, Gemini, I have territory. I have release, and I have fear. I have anomaly. I have ghosts, and I have a risk for you. So the end of July, the end of July, there's something that is, I feel like it's staring you in the face. There's something that is very blunt. With anomaly here. And so there may be something that Spirit wants you to see. There may be something that Spirit wants you to acknowledge or not overlook, I feel like, with anomaly, because anomaly is a card that actually shows a bunch of crows, black crows, and then there's one. So there's one that's obviously blatantly sticking out. And so there's something to be said about that. There's something that you can't ignore. Spirit doesn't want you to ignore it. There's something that's going to be really obvious here. Now with territory, release, fear, ghosts, and risk, I feel like the end of July is going to be all about maybe even finding out as you're moving forward, like getting specific detail, instruction on how you are to move forward. The fact that I have release here and risk and fear, this gives me the energy of being very aware of what we're doing as we move forward. Obviously, there's something about releasing something. When we look at territory, territory is all about claiming something or having claim to something or feeling like there is something around boundaries around what you're claiming or what you have claim to. Maybe there's someone that has crossed over into your boundaries, or maybe you've crossed over into someone else's boundaries. There's something about territory here that's coming out. But there's also the energy of release too. Maybe releasing the claim to something, letting something go. Now, when I get to the energy of fear, fear is almost, I love this. This is one of my favorite cards because this is the energy for me. This always represents the energy of the rebel, right? Because fear, we have this crow that's standing on top of the hat of the scarecrow. And we know why the scarecrow was put there, to scare off the crows. But we had that one crow that just got to go see, right? And see what it do. But because that crow is bold enough to step out of their fear and go and see what it do, right? This earns this crow a bit of respect. It earns this crow a bit of, I want to say not power, but it earns them a bit of privilege to be able to do or step into places, step in ways that the other crows may not have, because this crow has proven itself to be of a different breed. right? Him or her stepping out of that energy of fear that everyone else sits in, places them in a whole different arena, right? And so it separates this bird from the rest. And so there's something about being separated from the rest, something that you may do at the end of July that will separate you from your competition, from the onlookers, from those that are watching but afraid to do, what you're doing. And so something here about you possibly stepping into new territory because of what you are willing, the risk that you're willing to take. Now, it is indeed a risk. Don't get me twisted. Whatever this is something with risk coming out here that does have some form of danger attached to it, I feel like. Because in this picture, the bird is getting the shell while the tide is out. But the task here, the risk is pulling the shell and getting it out of the sand before the tide comes back in, which actually has the potential to drown the bird if it doesn't move fast enough. And so there's some risk here that will be taken. So there's some element of danger here as well. And so there's something that you may do at the end of July that may, cause you to take some kind of risk, but at the same time cause you to step into an arena of your own because you took this risk if you are successful. That's what I'm hearing. And then lastly, we have ghosts. There's something that's resurfacing from the past, possibly to be resolved. There may be unresolved issues that are coming up at the end of July, not necessarily to haunt you, but it's giving you an opportunity to resolve it and put it to bed once and for all. That's what I feel like this is. And so there are some challenges coming in. There's something the spirit wants you to see that you will not be able to ignore, right? Because it's going to be all in your face, all in your face. And then there's something here about releasing something, right? I do feel like there could be some kind of not necessarily, it could be drama. It just depends on how you deal with it. There's something about boundaries, something about territory that may come up at the end of July, whether that's someone stepping over theirs into yours, whether you are crossing someone else's, but there's some type of friction that may arise here because of territory. But there's something that spirit may be asking you to release so that you can ascend. There's something you're being asked to release. And then that risk that's going to place you in a whole nother arena by yourself. It's going to possibly earn you a higher level of respect because you're willing to face this fear or take this risk if you are successful. That's what I'm seeing. Well, let's take a look and see what else comes out. I'm going to pull some tarot here and get another spread. What does Gemini need to know? For the sign of Gemini, sun, moon, rising, Venus. You could also have Gemini in other placements in your chart where it resonates deeply. What else do they need to know? So we have the Two of Swords, Temperance, the Four of Cups, and the Empress here coming out. And so there's something about a major decision coming up here with the Two of Swords. This is almost like a dilemma, right? There's some decision that you're pondering on at the end of July that places you in this difficult space. It's almost like feeling like you have to make a choice, but at the same time, there's no choice. It's like being between a rock and a hard spot. It's like, really? Really? Do I have to choose? I don't want to choose, but yes, you have to choose if you are to move forward. The Two of Swords, there's some deliberating choice you need to make, but it's a difficult choice that you're being faced with. And the Temperance comes out because I feel like there is the energy of, first of all, needing to stay balanced, but also being willing to step out enough to try to figure out what works. This is almost like being in a lab and, doing different recipes or concoctions, trying to come up with a solution. Alchemizing, that's the energy I'm getting. There's something you are trying to come up with a solution for at the end of July. You're alchemizing something or trying to, working something. The Four of Cups is all about not receiving. Spirit may be trying to get you to receive something, but for some reason you're not seeing it, you're not receiving it. Maybe you've gotten a little bored with it and you don't want it, but there's something about wanting something else. Wanting something else. This Four of Cups, right? The bird has the 3 cups down here, but there's the desire for this cup. So either you're not seeing it, or there's something that you're holding out for, Gemini, or there's something that you've gotten bored of and you want something else, right? Either of those energies could be it. And then lastly, we have the Empress here. So you could be in the energy of waiting to receive this. The Empress is in a receiving energy. It's feminine energy at its best. And so whatever this is that you are trying to create or manifest, you're expecting it to come to you. You're in Empress energy. That's what that says. You are in Empress energy, sitting back, waiting to be received. You're in feminine energy. So let me go ahead and clarify. What is this choice for Gemini? The Two of Swords. What does that represent for Gemini? Two of Swords for Gemini. Two of Pentacles and the High Priestess. So I'm getting an energy of maybe dealing with several things at once. The energy of juggling while you're waiting for something to come. Trying to make do with what you have while you're waiting for something to come. Knowing there's something that you know that is on the way with the High Priestess, and you're kind of trying to make use of the time until it comes. That's the energy I'm getting. It's almost like knowing at one point you're going to have to move forward or make a decision. But until then, you know, this is what I'm doing. I'm making use of what I have, right? Why is the Temperance here for Gemini? The Chariot and the Nine of Cups. So there's something about being empowered here. The Temperance is patience, balance, waiting to be able to move forward to this very fulfilled place with the Nine of Cups, moving forward towards that with all your might, because you feel something about you feeling like this is the place that has everything that you need. This is your wish fulfillment. Okay. That's what the Temperance is. It's staying balanced, being patient. Right. And then there's the movement until you're able to move forward to what it is that you desire. But until then, you're alchemizing. You are trying to figure it out. You're staying balanced and being patient. Yeah. And staying grounded as well. So the end of July may represent a time of you really being focused and trying to stay balanced and grounded, being tempered. The Four of Cups is clarified by the Page of Cups, the Nine of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. You dream of this. Whatever this is, I feel like you've dreamt of it. You've visualized and you have really embedded this in your psyche, what this looks like, what it'll feel like, what it'll taste like you have experienced this in your dreams, in your visions. There's a lot that you're waiting for when it comes to this particular cup, this particular experience that you're waiting for. Not only have you visualized it, you have specific plans that you're waiting to unfold when this comes about. The Knight of Wands is all about moving towards it, giving yourself permission to move towards it, whatever that looks like, whatever that means. What is the Empress here? So the end of July, I feel like you're very focused on something specific that you may have only experienced in your mind. The Queen of Swords and the Ace of Cups. So the Empress. This could be you. This could be someone else. The Queen of Swords is very outspoken very opinionated, is very, ooh, I'm thinking of someone who is not afraid to speak up and to say what it is, to say what they want. Someone who is very much knows who they are. They're in their power. And so there's something about having a new start. The Ace of Cups is a new beginning, a new start. This could be you, Gemini, just stepping into your power and expressing what it is that you desire to birth something new. The Empress many times is considered the vessel of conception. Like everywhere she goes, she's birthing new things. But the Ace of Cups also represents that, a new beginning, a birth of new experiences. But the Queen of Swords to the Ace of Cups is almost like you taking or speaking, you announcing, you standing on what it is that you desire, what you're waiting for. Yeah, what you're waiting for. You may have expressed this outwardly in the Queen of Swords energy. And so I feel like whatever this is, you're very serious about it. We have the High Priestess out here and the Empress and the Temperance. We also have the Chariot, all of which are major arcana. And so there's something that you desire, and I feel like you will be going hard for it at the end of July, whatever that is. Let's see. I'm going to pull out my Kipper deck. Anything else Gemini needs to know for the end of July? Maybe you've envisioned what you want your future to be like, and that's what this is, like down to the T, right? Anything else for Gemini, the end of July? So I have long way, I have work, I have change, and convene. First of all, Spirit wants you to know this is just 1 second in time, long way. Like you are on a journey, recognize that. And so the energy of immediacy is not important. This is just 1 second in time. There's something about Spirit wanting you to make sure that you are enjoying where you are every step of the way so that it doesn't escape you without you being able to get the fulfillment out of it. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And then there's something about work coming out here. What you are leaning towards this month may very well be energy around what it is that you do, what it is that you have been called to do, what you love to do. When it comes to work, there's always something to do, right? The end of July could be filled with movement, could be filled with you doing, could be filled with you putting in effort, activities. It feels like the wand's energy. It's active energy. It's fiery energy. You being very passionate with what it is that you're doing. The end of July may be you just really being in a very fiery energy with what you've committed to do. Change comes out here. I do feel like there are some directions at the end of July that may cause you to move or modify your movement in some type of way. There may be some shifts coming in at the end of July. This may be you just kind of flowing with the energy and being open to pivot as needed. And there may be some pivots coming in at the end of July for you. And this may turn you to a new direction for better. Okay. I feel like this is coming in for better. Lastly, we have convene. And with convene, I feel like there is possibly some important conversation that's waiting to be had. This could also be you attending some important event that's going to land several important conversations for you. That's going to actually be very fulfilling, because with this energy, I get a sense of happiness that happens with this connection, these connections. But it feels like a gathering, some type of meeting or social event that'll happen at the end of July that's going to be very significant. This could be you having an opportunity to kind of have some type of connection with those that you admire or you have a high level of respect for. There's going to be some type of meeting of the minds for you at the end of July that's going to possibly even give you ideas to spur you forward. There's some significant event or meeting that's going to be very related, very much related to your future, Gemini. Okay. So that's what I have for you. Thank you for stopping by, Gemini. I appreciate you. If you would be so kind to like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel led. If you find yourself subscribing for the first time, make sure that you hit the bell. Okay. All is appreciated, however you choose to interact. And I will see you next time, Gemini. Thanks for stopping by to Blood Moon Oracle. Until next time, enjoy. Libra, hello Libra, welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. Libra, like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel led, as we will look into the end of July for you and see what type of things you can look forward to. If it resonates, beautiful. If it does not, Libra, don't try to make it resonate, okay? Maybe next time it will. This is for the general sign of Libra, so it's not specific to one person. This is for sun, moon, rising, Venus. If you have any Libra placements, it could resonate with those placements. Okay. If you have not subscribed and you feel led to, feel free to do so. Hit the bell if you find yourself subscribing. And welcome, Libra, to Blood Moon Oracle. Let's take a look and see for the month of July, Spirit. For Libra, the end of July. For Libra, the end of July. All right, so I have routine, illusion, dominance, balance, ghosts, and anticipation. So Libra, the end of July is going to be, I definitely is going to feel like it's going to be challenging. One of the things that may be beneficial for you specifically, if you don't have a routine, this is something that may in fact keep you, I don't want to say out of trouble, but this may keep you on your path, which will leave less room to be knocked off of your path. But first of all, you need to know where you're going. And so if you don't know, the end of July may be an opportunity for you to clarify what it is that you want to do, where you're headed. Okay. Anticipation comes out. Where you're headed. There's something about routine here, and I feel like Spirit is saying that you need a routine if you don't have one. The beautiful thing about a routine is that it keeps the goal. First of all, it makes you declare a goal, and then it keeps the goal at the forefront, and which leaves less room for you to be sidetracked or distracted. So for whoever you are, Spirit may be calling you to put together some kind of routine that will be very beneficial for you this month. There's also some energy where you may be confronted with illusions this month. There's something about you not really seeing things or people for what they are, not really seeing things clearly. Illusion in this picture, the bird is looking in the mirror, but the reflection is a little hazy, so it's not clear. There may be things that are not being seen clear. There could be illusions that are being thrown out in front of you. Dominance comes out too. There could be the energy of someone wanting to fool you, but really underneath that, there's a sense of, wanting to have some type of control or dominance. There could be someone that is attempting to bully you in some type of way. And that can happen overtly. Like people can just come right out and say, oh, you will be doing this, period, whether you want to or not, right? Or they could do it with illusions without you really realizing what they're doing. And so however that pans out, I feel like there could be something to be aware of. And so this is a month at the end of this month, this is a time to worry about yourself more than others. That routine is coming back around. This is a time for you to be attuned and worried about what it is that you need to get done, not so much of what others want you to do. So Spirit is calling you back to yourself. For some of you, Libra, you need a routine. Spirit is saying you need a routine. There's something here about balance coming out, and ghost and anticipation. Balance is being in a position, in an energy where you're not knocked off easily. And I feel like that has a lot to do with that routine. The routine may bring in the level of balance that's needed for you to be stable and grounded right now. I do feel like certain things are coming back up from the past these last 2 weeks. These could be things that show back up because they're unresolved. These may be things that need to be confronted and faced. So it's coming back up again. This could be something that you dealt with in the past that was left open-ended and it wasn't resolved or dealt with. Well, it's coming back up again. And Spirit is saying that it's going to continue to pop back up until you actually deal with it once and for all. Once and for all. This may be something coming up that gives you an opportunity to finally just squash it, deal with it like it needs to be dealt with, and be done, right? There's something that you're looking forward to. I feel the energy of anticipation coming out. There may be some major event that comes in at the end of July that you're looking forward to attending. This could be an event that is going to be like some kind of social event where there's going to be a lot of people that you'll be attending at the end of July, or you'll get an invitation, right, to the event at the end of July that will land you in that energy of looking forward to this meeting. Okay. Let's go ahead and get some tarot and see what else is coming out for Libra at the end of July. What else does Libra need to know? The end of July. The end of July. So Libra, I have the 7 of Swords, Temperance, the 8 of Swords, and the 4 of Cups. So there's something about you needing to be more aware. I feel like the 7 and the 8 of Swords says that there's something that you're not seeing. There's something that you may not want to see. And because you're not wanting to see it, or you're not seeing it, this is allowing, this is possibly allowing people or things to be taken from you without you realizing it. Things or stuff being taken away. You're losing something. You don't even realize that you're losing it. And it's almost like not even being aware of it. Not even being aware. There's something that someone has been taken. And this is because there's a need for balance with the Temperance here. This is all about balance, maybe even patience for the right thing to come in. It almost feels like there is such a rush to get something. You might be, giving away something and not getting the worth of what you're giving. Right? It's almost like maybe you are in a rush to buy a house and you're in such a rush, right? You find this house in the neighborhood that you want. It's like right down the street, like say from a family member, and they're selling it for $500,000. It's a 1-bedroom with a backyard and a garage. Not necessarily worth that amount, but because you need a place to stay really bad, the people seem really nice, and it's close to where you want to be, you go ahead and take it. When you could have, if you would have waited, and if you would have demanded what you were looking for and what you needed, you could have actually got 3 or 4 times the value of what you purchased because you were in a rush to get it, instead of waiting for what it is that you actually desire or what you need, or for what the money that you had, what was worth that money, right? There's something, I feel like it's being taken. There's an unequal trade here. What is the 7 of Swords? 7 of Swords for Libra. Where there's the awareness here so that you don't short yourself, right? There's the need for awareness. Somebody may come offering something, but I don't know if it's going to be worth what they're asking or what you're willing to give. And you've been waiting. You desire this. You're ready to receive, but you still get to be choosy about what it is that you receive, Libra. You are the Empress. Had you known that you could get 4 or 5 times as much for that money that you put into that 1-bedroom house with the garage, I believe you would have waited till the right offer came along. That's the energy here. But because you're in a rush and there's a lack of awareness, maybe even of the value of what you have. There's something here. This is maybe even a time to make sure you're around people that are speaking wisdom into your life. And if you're not sure of something, if there's that weird, icky feeling that rises up in your gut, seek guidance. Okay? Seek guidance, Libra. If you have wise people around that you can go to and kind of bounce some of your worries off of them, do it. If you have someone that is volunteering information and wisdom, listen. That's spirit giving you the information that you need. Okay. Why is the Temperance here? There's something about needing to understand the value that you're looking for, the value of what you have, the value of what you're willing to receive for what you have to give. It needs to be equal. You don't need to be giving more than what you're getting. Okay. I don't care how nice they are or what they've done in the past. It needs to be equal. Okay. So the Temperance is clarified by the Queen of Cups and the 3 of Wands. There's something about being patient here. And while you're being patient and waiting for the opportunity that will allow you to move forward and expand, this is a time to get acquainted with yourself, Libra, to pour into yourself, to love on yourself for some of you. This is that energy I'm getting. Okay. And your opportunity will come. The time will come where your offer will come and it will measure up to what it is that you're worth. But you have to wait. During that waiting, this may be a time for you to pull back and pour into yourself with this 4 of Cups here. Why is the 4 of Cups here for Libra? Yeah, this isn't the time to move forward. If you are receiving offers, whatever offers those are coming in as, Spirit may be saying, this isn't the time to move forward on them. Or you may need to get more information or allow yourself some time so that you can get more experience, so you can have something to compare it to. Because if there's anything that you're entering into that sends you off the Richter scale when it comes to worry and anxiety and just not feeling right, you have to listen to your gut instincts, Libra. Listen to your gut instincts. I almost feel like you know what it is that you desire. And if that's not what's being offered, then it's just as easy as saying no. You're not available for it, period. What is the 8 of Swords? And then we'll move forward here. So we have 888. 888 could be significant. That number could be a number that you're seeing, and that will let you know that this is a message for you, Libra. The 8 of Swords, clarified by the 8 of Wands and the 8 of Cups. There's something about whatever situation you're in right now, it is time. It has been time to move forward from this. It has been time. There is nothing in this situation that is useful. The 8 of Cups says that you've exhausted all of the potential value where you are. It's time for you to increase and to achieve your next level of your journey. And it has been coming quickly. It'll happen quickly once you make that decision. You'll find yourself standing before what it is that you desire. But because you are still in the 8 of Wands, unwilling to see that there's nothing where you are, and it feels like there's something that you are restricting yourself. There's something that you are restricting yourself. And you're not stuck here. If you feel like you are, that's an illusion. That may be something that you're telling yourself, but you're not. You have the ability to move very quickly up to your next level. 888 is all about action. This may also allude to this very specific time coming up in August, the Lionsgate portal, 888. That may be significant. There may be something that actually happens on that date for you that may in fact have something to do with your release of this situation right now to move forward. But let's see. I'm going to get my Kipper and see what other encouragement Spirit has for you. There's so much more that's waiting for you, Libra. If you're willing to release and move with the energy that Spirit is moving in. I feel like there's a major opportunity that's open to you right now, but you have to be willing to move with that opportunity and release whatever it is that you're holding on to. And you'll never look back. The only reason you'll be looking back is to learn from the past and to see and to thank yourself that you made the decision to move forward. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. And I can see that it's difficult. It is difficult. So I have good thoughts coming out, his thoughts coming out, and good outcome. I also have sorrow and expectation. And so this feels bittersweet, right? This feels bittersweet. Not to say that you moving forward won't be difficult. It will, but it will be something that you thank yourself for later. I'll say that. Okay. Good outcome comes out. His thoughts, there may be, a need to acknowledge something. If you are a masculine energy, maybe you have had someone heavily on your mind. This is concerning someone else. If you are a feminine or a masculine, like someone could be thinking of you right now, you are heavily on someone's mind. And there's a bit of sorrow that's brewing here. I don't know if that's you or the other person, but there is some sorrow here that needs to be acknowledged and worked through. Not that you have to completely overlook it or avoid it. No, allow yourself to feel, especially if this sorrow is as a result of you realizing your next move, right? It may require leaving things behind. Okay. And that's part of growth. That's part of you setting higher expectations, right? This is all in what you expect in the future. Your decisions on your next move or where you should be setting your routines as you move forward should be in alignment with what you see for yourself in the future. And if right now your current situation, Libra, is not fulfilling, if that is not where you want to see yourself in 10 years from now, then you have to set expectations for the future. If you do not want to be where you are right now today and 10 years from now, you have to set your expectations forward. Okay, that's what Spirit is saying. And it's a good outcome if you're willing to do that. It's a good outcome. That doesn't mean that it won't be hard, right? That doesn't mean that you won't have to make difficult decisions, but those decisions will need to be made around what is best for you with the Four of Cups. Okay. Not worrying about, how it's necessarily going to affect others. This is about you. Okay. And that's what I have for you, Libra. Good luck. I'm so excited for you. A lot of good energy came out for you. And so if that resonates, let me know. If it doesn't, just leave it. Okay. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel led. This is all about you, Libra. Okay. It's all about you. Understand that. Okay. And so I'll see you next time. If you have not subscribed, consider doing so. Hit the bell if you find yourself subscribing. Thanks, Libra. We'll see you next time. Bye. All right. And so we have Aquarius left. Hi, Aquarius. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. Today, we're going to take a look at what is happening for you throughout the end of July. Okay. Like, share, comment. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. Subscribe if you have not. This is going to be a general reading for the energy of Aquarius. So you may have that in your sun, moon, rising sign, Venus as well. You could be anywhere. It could be anywhere in your chart for this to resonate. It is a general reading. So if it does not resonate, no, it is general. It doesn't have to. And so don't get bent out of shape if it doesn't. So let's see what comes out for you. I hope you guys are well today. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. Okay. This is for the sign of Aquarius. I hope you guys are well on this beautiful Saturday evening and staying cool. Aquarius. I know whatever you're doing, you're busy. Aquariuses are usually very busy, a busy sign, getting things done, planning for their future, very action oriented, success driven too. So let's see, for Aquarius, spirit, for the end of July, Aquarius, the end of July, please and thank you. Aquarius, the end of July, please and thank you. All right, Aquarius. So we have trickery. Okay. Coming out for you. Observation. Caching. Displacement. Teamwork. And preparation. Okay. So first of all, to deal with this first energy, trickery, there may be something happening at the end of July where you'll need to be very cognizant and aware. It feels like someone could be trying to hide something from you that they don't want you to find or they don't want you to have. Maybe someone is trying to hide something of yours from you and they're looking to see if you're able to find it or if you found it or there's some information that someone may be gatekeeping. They're trying to see if you've actually found that information for yourself. I don't know what this is or the details around that, but that's what I'm getting. Someone is maybe gatekeeping some information that they don't want you to have or making it difficult for you to get it. I do feel that. And so someone also may be playing like some kind of game with information or some type of resource or something that you have. Someone could have taken something that you have and hid it from you. I don't know what that's about, but that's coming out here. There's also some situation that may come in at the end of July where you'll have an opportunity to learn. Spirit is saying slow down before going in to actually go in for the win, right? Kind of take the opportunity to observe your opponent. You may have something or a situation where you're going to be successful, some situation where you might find yourself able to win over or successfully defeat your opponent. There's something about your opponent's strategy. Spirit wants you to observe before you go in for the KILL. Spirit wants you to stop and observe your opponent, observe their strategy. There's something for you to learn there. There's also something about you putting away or being not giving away your secrets, giving away what it is that you have, but Spirit wants you to reserve that for yourself. Stash it away because you may need it later. This feels like the 7 of Pentacles to me. Investing in yourself. And so there's something about holding back and not giving away what you have right now, but putting it away for later because you're going to need it later, I'm hearing. And so if someone comes asking or needing something, think twice about just giving freely because there's something about you needing that for later, towards the end of July. There's also something coming into about a situation where there may be like an intruder or someone that comes into like an area or a territory that may not have the best intentions for the territory. And so you may have to group together. You may have to join forces with other people to get out this negative element. This negative element may be an element that's more powerful than you are by yourself, but there is power in numbers, whatever that element is. If there is a grouping together, you may be able to force that element out a lot easier. This may require teamwork. So there may be something that comes up at the end of July where you'll need to work together to alleviate some type of negative element in your environment in your situation. I don't know how that's coming across. There's also, this card has been coming out a lot in a lot of the readings today, this rage baiting. Rage baiting. I'm getting that with the displacement card. We are in a time, a very difficult time where there's a lot of opinions. There's a lot of political, baiting, rage baiting, a lot of opinions going around. And so it's very easy to get caught up and jump on other people's bandwagons when it doesn't necessarily mean that we align with it. And so be careful with what you align yourself with, because you may in fact be aligning yourself with someone else's anger. That may not really be your issue. It may not be your battle to fight, Aquarius. And so be careful what you are. And I don't know why I'm thinking social media. Be careful what you're liking. Be careful what you are commenting on or agreeing with, because you may be aligning yourself as a force, right, with someone else's rage that may not even be in alignment with yours. You may be agreeing to something that is not aligned with your values. It may not even be your battle to fight. And so you may be pouring energy into something that is a waste of energy, right? Going back to that caching, saving it for yourself. This may be talking about energy. It could be talking about resources, but it could be talking about energy as well. There's something that you'll need to prepare for, and this may be something coming up in August. The end of July, you may spend that time actually strategizing and preparing for it. The end of July may be a time that you're preparing for successes or for certain things that you'll be doing in August. So you may spend the end of July preparing for some things that are coming. Okay, so you may find yourself orchestrating and putting things together and putting things in place for what's going to happen in August. So let's take a look at the tarot and see for Aquarius, what other messages for the end of July is important for Aquarius. This one really wants to come out. Okay, so I have the Six of Wands, I have the Chariot, I have the Devil, and the Four of Swords. Okay. Now, I do feel like this is all about how you move forward. The Chariot is all about moving forward in a way that is unstoppable. This is you standing and moving in your power, no matter who don't like it, right? You moving forward is going to happen. You're going to be unstoppable here as you move forward, not without challenge, because the devil is right after you decide what you want and where you're going. Here comes opposition to try to hold you back, to try to even, for some of you, to even attach itself to you, right? But there's something here about you realizing your position with the Six of Wands. You've worked really hard, Aquarius, to get where you got. And I don't feel like anyone handed you anything, even though you may have had assistance, you may have had guidance. There's something about you doing the work to get there. And now that you're there, you're able to turn around and see other people in their process, the things that you had to go through to get there. And so Spirit wants you to understand the seriousness of where you are with the Seven of Wands and to guard it. The Seven of Wands is all about having good boundaries. It's about not taking your position lightly, understanding what it took to get there, not only what it took to get there, but what it takes to stay there. Because now that you stand where you are, you're on the top of the mountain for people that are looking up to you. Some of them may not be happy that you're there. They may want to pull you off of that mountain that you have gotten yourself up on, right? And so there is a level of awareness that you need with where you are, Aquarius. And there's some things that may happen at the end of this month that remind you of that, to be aware and not to put your guard down. Okay. Again, moving forward, the devil comes out offering all kinds of challenges, right? This could, for some people, be like codependence, people wanting to attach themselves to you. This could be you, wanting to attach to people when that may not even be necessary. This may be something that Spirit wants you to endure alone. We're going to clarify, but we also have the Four of Swords, which talks about not entangling yourself. Not everything deserves a response, even if it is calling for one. It's not what they call you, it's what you answer to. Okay. But there's something about you reserving your energy. The Four of Swords says we're not going to even entertain that because it's going to take energy to do that. And I need my energy. I need my energy for the battles that are coming. I'm not going to waste it on this small, insignificant stuff that's calling to my attention right now because it's irrelevant. So this is a time for you to rest up and pull your energy back so that you can be ready for what's really going to need your energy in the future. I do want to clarify the devil. What is the devil? Why is the devil here? Oh, so these challenges may come in the form of love, Aquarius. There may be love, there may be trouble in paradise at the end of this month when it comes to love. And some of you are making the decision to walk away from some not so good connections that may not serve you at this moment. And you're making the decision to cut your losses and walk away. As difficult as it is, this is going to free you up so that you can be unstoppable. This may be the thing that could stop you, right? And so I do see you in that energy, the unstoppable energy though, but right after this comes the devil. So if there's anything that could stop you, it's showing up right after you decide to step into your power. So at the end of this month, you may find stuff coming up around love that may test your self-love, right? And may cause you to have to choose yourself. That's going to be the right decision. Why is the Four of Swords here? Four of Swords. Ooh. So this is due to you. This new beginning is clarified by the Ace of Pentacles and the Justice. So I feel like there's something that's definitely working out in your favor. This may be something due to you, this new beginning that Spirit is offering you. And there's nothing really that you need to do right now. Like right now, I do see you resting when it comes to creating new beginnings. Like there's really nothing that you need to do. This is coming to you, or this is something that may already be there for you, but it's being uncovered. I don't know if there's some struggle that you've had in the past. This may be as a result of some situation that didn't pan out right. Spirit may be bringing this new beginning in for you just to equal things out, equal out the playing field. So I do see a new beginning coming for you with this Ace of Pentacles that will be revealed. It's being revealed right now and being uncovered. Yeah. Why is the Seven of Wands here for Aquarius? This is your new beginning, clarified by the Fool and the Empress. I like that energy. The Fool followed by the Empress. And so basically, all you need to do is sit back and receive. Everything that you desire is coming towards you, this new beginning. But you do need to guard yourself because I do feel like there's like some challenges coming in. People may not like the fact that you're moving forward, that you are moving up, that you're being promoted in different ways, that you're now standing in a position where they have to look up to you to even talk to you, right? People may not be happy about that, Aquarius. And so understand that not everybody is going to be happy. And not everybody that says they're your friend is your friend. Because somebody here is playing tricks. Somebody is hiding information. Somebody is not wanting you to have access to certain information. Why? I don't know. But they can't stop it. But it's up to you to protect yourself, protect your energy, and to guard yourself, set good boundaries, and, guard your position. Guard your position. In the original Rider-Waite deck, the Seven of Wands is a person standing like on a hill with one of the wands that's fighting back people, that's trying to pull that person off of their position because they want the position. And so it feels like someone may want your spot. And that happens all the time, right? We all want to be in that spot, not understanding what it took to get there or what it takes to stay there. It just looks good, but you worked to get there. You did a lot of work to get there. You didn't just wake up like that. No, you put in a lot of work to get where you are. They don't understand that. You just make it look easy. And so That's what I'm getting here. So be careful. Set good boundaries at the end of July, and be aware and be discerning. And I feel like this is a time for you to put yourself first. And it may not be a time to respond to every email, every text message, every invitation. This is really a time for you to prepare for what's coming, because I feel like you have your challenges set out for you with the work that you have for in the future. And so this is a time to really pour into yourself. Let's see, any other encouragement? We're going to get the Kipper deck out for our last message of encouragement for Aquarius for the last 2 weeks of July. Someone has you deep in their thoughts, Aquarius. His thoughts come out. There's a masculine that's thinking of you. I also have theft. So someone may be thinking of how they can steal from you, how they can get something from you. It could be your possession. It could be material things. It could be your energy, right? Someone is thinking of you. Someone's thinking of taking something from you, how they can take something from you. There's also someone that is connected to you that may be working in your behalf. I have good gent here in court. And so I don't know if there is like some situation that is being deliberated right now. For some of you, this could be an actual court case happening. For some of you, this could just be someone trying to bring some claim against you in the background. But there's someone in the background, I feel like, that sees, that may in fact be wanting things to, that wants justice to come forth, right? And so there's someone that is observing from the shadows, this good gent, someone with a head on their shoulders, someone who kind of is sitting in the energy of justice, someone that can be trusted to make a right decision that stands between two opposing parties, right? And so whatever is happening in the background, I feel like it will be justified. It will happen fairly. And so this may in fact turn things in your favor. When the court card comes out, that means things are being turned in your favor as well. Okay, whether it's a court case or whether it is just this ongoing conversation in the background about you, things are turning in your favor. Okay, and so there's something about just being on alert this month, because not everybody around you has your highest intentions. And so you have to ensure that you are protected and that you set good boundaries. Not everybody deserves access to you. You don't let everybody in your house, right? Not everybody needs to know where you live or how to get a hold of you or where you hang out, right? It's that kind of energy. So that's what I have for you, Aquarius. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. Make sure you like, share, comment. Let me know if it resonates. Until next time. Like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell if you find yourself subscribing. And I will see you all next time, Aquarius. Thanks for stopping by to Blood Moon Oracle. Watch yourself, okay? And show them what you're working with, okay? Next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye. Thanks for stopping by, Blood Moon Oracle. I appreciate you all. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Mwah. Bye.